beautiful internet people. Let's talk today about the 4 topics and books that I recommend for getting started in data science and machine learning. Before we go into these topics, the thing I need to say is all 4 of the books that I'm going to show you are my own books. I bought them myself. I love these books. I am not paid, sponsored for, or have any association with the authors of these books. They probably wouldn't go have a beer with me if I called them. But I have enjoyed these books so much that I have bought them, I have read them, used them, given them away, forgot that I gave them away, and then bought them again in some cases. First off, let's baseline a few things. There is so much to learn in data science and machine learning. There is far more than any one person will ever be able to learn at this point in time. So you have to select down the things that you want to focus on that are relevant to your interest and your objectives. First thing we need to think about is, what is a beginner? In this space, a beginner could already have a PhD in statistics. They could be a first-time manager, or they could be a used car salesman who wants to understand how to optimize advertisements to get in the right customer to buy a 99 Pinto. Just like anybody can become a creator on YouTube, anybody can become a data science or machine learning professional these days. If we're a beginner at anywhere on that spectrum, the first thing that I truly, passionately believe you should learn is the vocabulary. Vocabulary helps you get into a community. If you speak the language of a community, you become part of that community.
Put one of those hash browns at the end, like hash brown team Cobra Kai.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Now, if you want to learn the vocabulary of a space, there are dozens of ways that you can do that. These days, YouTube is a fantastic platform for that, but it can be overwhelming. It can be very difficult to find where you should start. Same thing happens when you go and sign up for like MIT courses online. There's a lot of material. You don't know if you really want to dig into it. You don't necessarily know exactly where you want to start. What I recommend is the book Deep Learning Illustrated. The book's really fun. It's got these crazy little trilobite guys in all of its graphics, and there's drawings with upside down faces and all sorts of crazy, silly things in there. It gives you an ordered learning of the vocabulary and the key topics in machine learning. And while it includes code, I don't actually recommend you execute the code or try and retype the code. Just read the book to read the book. Think of it as a graphic novel with slightly less graphics that might be a little bit more boring than Batman. So, assuming that you have learned the vocabulary of machine learning and data science, you know all the fancy words, you can impress your friends at parties with words like generative adversarial neural nets. The next thing you are going to need to learn is the code, right? We're gonna have to get into Python. We're gonna have to get into putting hands to keys. I personally recommend Python for this. I don't like R. I think R sucks, but R is very popular. If you really prefer R, you can swap that out. If you really want to get into Julia or C or Java or whatever, there are books for that. Personally, I only recommend Python for beginners because it's a complete language. It's the second best language at anything. Even if you don't want to do analytics, you can transition to web development or other types of programming. It's got libraries for almost anything that you can think of out of the box, and you're not going to have to hard code some crazy thing. And fourth, it's got good licenses. Most of the licenses in Python are either Apache or MIT licenses, so you don't have to worry about copyleft or toxic licenses. To get started with Python, I recommend Python the hard way because doing it the easy way, right? The Python the hard way covers the core of Python. You will legitimately learn how to be a Python developer, not just a dirty script kiddie that copies and pastes code off of Stack Overflow. So now, assuming that you're rock solid with Python, you are the Cobra Kai, strike first, strike hard with a Python ninja. The next thing you need to be able to do is deal with data. Data is going to make up most of your day as a data scientist. It's in the name, data scientist. The only thing you might spend more time on is like perfecting your espresso recipes. If you're going to dig in on Pandas, my favorite book is Pandas for Everyone. This book is really, really fantastic, and it is going to give you the core set of tools that you need in Pandas to do everything almost that you're going to want to do in data science. You need to be able to live and breathe Pandas. this point, you're probably like, bro, are you ever going to talk about an actual machine learning book where we get to execute the code? The book you need is this one. O'Reilly put together a badass book here. It's going to give you basic models in Scikit-Learn, and it's going to set you up on how to use the Keras API and TensorFlow. Once you have the Keras API and TensorFlow down, the world is yours.
Phenomenal cosmic powers!
You can now build all sorts of crazy neural nets. You can build GANs. You can turn your grandmother's favorite photos into holiday cards for her with the cartooning from, you know, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, whatever you want to build. You have all the tools at this point to really go forward. Thanks for watching this video. Do all those things that creators like you to do. And here's another video for you.